Hi everyone, welcome to Karen from tillycrafts.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. I thought I'd bring you a couple of these money wallets. Lots of money wallets out there, but I just wanted to share you the ones that I made. I made some last year, but I've used some different papers, so that's like an alternative adult one, if you like to say that, and more of a child one, or whatever you want to give them. But I thought I'd bring you these today, and I'll remake two of them but in different papers. So these are in the mini catalogue things that I'm using. So we have let me just go to the first page. So this one, I've used the Gingerbread and Peppermint papers DSP, and these are them here. And what you basically get is 6x6, and you get 48 sheets. So there's 4 each, but they're double-sided, so 4 each of the 12 double-sided designs. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Right, I'll show you this one first, and then I will show you the other ones. Now, I did originally make it a bit bigger, but then when I was looking at papers to go on it, I realised that, you know, there are a lot of 6x6 papers, so I made one that was slightly bigger. So I've pared my sizes down so that you can use a 6x6 sheet. So it's fastened with a belly band. You just have to make sure you take it off the right way, because obviously this is popped up on dimensionals. And then you just open it, and oh look, there's some money in it. But I've done it so that it'll fit the UK notes. So obviously the £20 notes goes in nicely in there, and so with the others. And then I've just stamped up here, there's room to write who it's from and who you're sending it to. But I just thought that was quite nice. And but obviously you could make it bigger and use like either bigger DSP, or you could layer the DSP up and just go like another 1/4 of an inch bigger if you wanted it a longer opening to put your money in, or you could fold your money in half, whichever you prefer. So let's get started. Right, let's pop that back on there. There we go. Let's pop that back on. It's dead simple to make, dead quick and easy. You always need like little money wallets now, especially when kids are getting bigger. Right, so I've written all my sizes down now. I know what's what. So we're starting off with a piece of card that measures 8.5 by 6 1/4, and we're going to want to do some scoring on it. So the first score, let's make sure you get your cutting blade out of the way. The amount of times I've ended up cutting card instead of scoring it and having to start again. So the first score line is at 2.5. So we want to score that. So we're scoring it on the long side. And the next one is 6 1/4. And you just need to move your trimmer out for that, because the 1/4 is right on the brown bit there. So we're just going to do that. And that's all our scoring and paper done. While we've got the trimmer out, I will do the layers that we need. So I've decided out of the papers to use this one. I think it's quite festive. So you've got real red and granny apple, old olive in here, sorry. And I'm using the real red card to go with it. So you don't need to cut it down because we need it 6. So it's 6 by 2 1/4. So I'm just going to cut that one, and then we need one that is 6 by 2 inches. So just line that up. I usually do things skew width. See, and you still have a bit left. And like I did with this one, I did use a scrap piece on my belly band, but it's up to you if you want to do that or not. Now I've teamed it up. I don't use very vanilla enough, so I thought I'd use very vanilla on these. So you want a piece of very vanilla that is the same size as the bigger one, so that's 6 by 2 1/4. So I'm just going to make sure this is 6. and then we want 2 1/4 with that. Pick it up. So all I did is then you fold it in and burnish it. If I can grab my bone folder, and then fold this other one in and give that a burnish as well. Now your bigger one goes on the top, and same with your sentiment strip, and then the smaller one goes on the bottom. So I don't get confused, I stick the smaller one. So you can always do mix and match your sides. You don't have to stick to the same colours. And I'm just going to stick that on there with a little border around it. You see, now this is what I was saying. So if you wanted to make it longer, you could still use a 6x6, but then you could layer it up onto another cardstock. Like I could use the old olive cardstock and layer it on a layer, but this is just quick and simple, so you don't need to. We need to stick these down. You can use liquid glue if you want. I prefer the tearing tape only because I can see what I'm doing. Whoops. So just put a bit of tearing tape right on the edge, and this is where I like the tearing tape because I can get it along the edge straight, and then snip that off. Same on this side. I've only just got back into doing my videos, if you've watched any of my other ones, so they will be a bit not on a particular day. I've got a couple posted scheduled for Wednesdays, and I've got one on a Thursday, but these extra ones I might just put on whenever. So you just line it up and push down on it firmly. That's done. Now, as you can see on this one, I've got the corners rounded. Now, if you're lucky enough, you might have a corner rounder punch, which you can use. So you just basically make sure it's in there and give it a punch. If you haven't got a corner rounder punch, you could either leave it square. There's nothing wrong with leaving it square. This is just adding a bit of detail to it. If you're using directional paper, like if for instance you had a design going down, make sure you do the right corners and then you don't do it upside down, but obviously because we're using stripes it doesn't matter. You could also use a heart punch and just pop it in the curve bit and it will round the corners for you. Or like I say, you can just leave it square. There's no harm in leaving it square. So I'm just going to stick this down. I just want to show you how simple these are to make, but how nice it would be to receive a gift in a nice little envelope that you've made, or a nice little wallet that you've made. There we go. Stick that down. So that's basically our envelope. So we just need to do the inside, and I'm going to stick to the same theme. I've got season's greetings, and inside I've got may your days be merry and bright, and wishing you a wonderful, joyful and wonderful Christmas, I think that says. And these are actually from the Trimmings and Tidings set, which, there it is, from this set. Love this. This is in the annual catalogue. It comes with dies, and it's a suite in the annual, so you can buy papers to go with this as well. I have got papers, but I don't know where I've put them as per the somewhere put away. But I love this set, and I've also got some of these die cuts out, so you might decide you want to put some of those on. So this is the words that I'm using. So I'm actually going to stamp these in real red. She says, there we are. Knew I had some ink somewhere. So just pop that up in the corner, stamp really nice, and then this one I always get it the wrong way up, which is that way, and just pop that down in this. I'm just having a panic, I've done it the wrong way around. See, there's me telling you to be, look, it's a good job there's two sides to a card. My edge is sticking up a little bit, so I'm just going to go over that so it's nice and flat, and we'll try again. And just pop that along the bottom. And can you see what I did there? I've got a little splodge, so I've gone over it with a red. Sneaky. Right, and I want a little scrap, and I'm going to put Season's Greetings on here. There we go. So we can cut those out in a minute. But I really love this because it's so quick and simple. And you can, out of this paper, you can always cut some little bits out, these little baubles, and I'm just thinking I might pinch a bauble for inside. Easy enough to fussy cut out. I'm going to go for this one down here. I'm going to have a little red bauble. No, we're not. We're going to have a green one. I'm very indecisive, I am. This is what I like about some of these papers. They have images that are big enough to cut out. Don't take a lot of fussy cutting. Always remember to move your paper, not your scissors. And you get a better cut. There we go. I'm just going to pop that down inside. She says if the glue works, it does. So I'm going to pop that up there. So you've got plenty of space to write. And nobody will ever know about that mistake as long as you don't tell them. And just line that up, nice little border. And that's the outside done. Now, belly band. When you've cut your A4 piece of paper, you will have a piece left over. So, all I did with this is I cut it at 1.5 inches. Don't worry about the length. This will be about 8 inches long, but like I say, don't worry about the length. And what I do is I get my card, and this is good actually, because if you line it up with your grid paper, line this up with one of the lines, then you know it's straight, and I just bend it over and bend that over like that, and make sure they line up. There we go. And that'll come on and off dead easy. And the next thing, you can use your liquid glue. Like I said, I like my tearing tape, so I'm going to pop a piece down here on this end, but then always remember to turn it over and put a little piece on this end. That way it will fold up nicely. We'll just take this off, and then we need to take the other one off. And then we put it back in the card, making sure you put this one down first, and then you put that one up, and you keep it level, she says. There we go. And then that will slide on and off easily. And the reason why I put my fold at the front and not on the back is because I can cover that up on here. I'm thinking we might do the red actually. There's a bit of contrast. So she says looking for a little mini trimmer. So that was 1.5, so we need 1.25. strip. And then I usually just eyeball it and think, right, and cut about there. I'm very precise, aren't I? And that will go on there nicely. You can do, if you wanted to do a longer strip, you could do one all the way round, but I'm just doing one on this front bit. And then it will hide that, and you think, well, I can still see a bit there. Exactly. So what we're going to do, I use a dual oval punch. Let's pop my sentiment in. Oops, do it that way around, Karen, you can see what you're doing then. Get it to where I want it. Punch that out. I've got a scrap piece of real red. So I'm going to cut one of the bigger ones out. And that's the tip, that, because like if you get a piece of card and you're just wanting the white bit at the bottom, you're going to end up with two on it. So all you need to do is you cut a strip, and I think it's about an inch. If you cut a piece of strip about an inch, you can just cut out one colour so you don't end up with loads of colours of ones you're not going to use, which is quite good. Right, stick this down, and then it's just a case of decorating it. Now, I did have some bits cut out ready. Find them. Oh. So I've actually got, if I was making this more for a child, I've actually got a Father Christmas already stamped out. So we could have a Father Christmas on there. Or I've got a star. I have actually got a stocking. I thought I had a coloured in stocking, but I haven't. So just bear with me while I just grab my blends. And I think we'll have Pussycat comes out. Sorry about that. Just grabbing some extra blends while I'm there. So let's do a pool party one. So I've stamped these out in Memento because Memento ink works well with blends. It doesn't run, whereas if you were using like watercolours and stuff like that, you'd have to use stays on because Memento would run. So we've got a nice little stock in there to go on it, a star, and then we have actually got a Father Christmas. These, by the way, I need to show you, are from the Bee Jolly. I love this set. It's really nice. So you can decorate it up how you want it. We might even put Father Christmas on here as well, because it's more of a kiddies one, isn't it? Quite like that. Right, so let's get sticking. So I'll put these on with glue dots. She says, all hopeful, thinking her glue dots were on the table when I went out. There they are. So you just have to make sure you get your glue dots, or your dimensionals I should say, not glue dots, in the centre of the band. And where we've got that join there, I am just going to put my sentiment over it. That way nobody will ever know. Put one on my star. I'm going to put my star over the seasons, greetings like that. And I think we'll have this one down here. So put one on the heel. and one on there. There we go. And put a couple on here. As long as you take it off the right way, it doesn't matter that you've got one thing stood up. It's just don't put something on both sides so that they can't get the bands off. So I'll remove that along a little bit. Put our Father Christmas on there. And then we just want some gems. And I'm just trying to think what have I got. I did have some of the red, I have got some of the red gems, the red basic rhinestones, and I think these are quite sparkly and lovely. So I'll put a few of these on there like so. There we go, and that's our first one. What do you think? Do you like that? Right, we're going to make the second one now, and this is with the Beauty, I can never remember what it's called. So, hashtag prepared, I got my catalogue. This is in the autumn winter mini catalogue. Right, and this is called Blackberry Beauty Suite. I didn't get the suite and I didn't get the stamp set, but what I did get was I got the papers, which are called Speciality Designer Series, Blackberry Beauty Speciality Designer Series paper, because they're foiled on one side. And I got this lovely Ephemera Pack with lots of cutouts and die cuts, and I did also get the ribbon. I'm not using the ribbon today, but never mind, we'll use that on another project. So coming again with my trimmer, and a piece of card. Oops, I lost my tool then. So I'm going to do exactly the same as I did before. We're going to score it at, is it 2.5? Better check. No, 2.25. No, 2.5, Karen. And I'm doing this in Rich Raspberry because this is one of the colours in that suite. Oh God. Oh. And it goes nice, and the paper I've chosen is this stunning one. So I'm just going to check, it is 6, that, isn't it? Yeah. So we're going to have one at 2.25, and we're going to have one at 2, and I think I already had. Yes, I've already got a Whisper White cut out, that's good. So I was going to quickly put this together because you've seen me put them together so you know how simple it is. Let's make sure I get the right side. And we'll put this one together with the Ephemera Pack. I love tearing tape, it just goes on so nice. But if you want, it's like, especially like when your grandkids get older, or if you've got sons and daughters and you just give them money or a gift card, you could even put gift cards in here as well. Right, now because as well, this designer series paper, it goes down more than if you did it across. So what we're going to do is we're going to make an upright one. Oops, my glue's all stickied up now. I have fun making these, I really do. How gorgeous is that? Shiny. Right, now this is where you need to be careful when you're doing your corners. So, fold that over. So, I need to make sure that's going that way, because if we did it that way it'd look daft, I think, because the flowers are pointing upwards. So I want these corners doing. How nice is that? Beautiful. And then we'll put some corners on this one, and I'll try and remember to stamp it the right way. So it needs to be up that way, so I'll keep that out. Now, I treated myself to the Stampin' scrub. Look at this beauty. Still love my chamois, but this is brilliant. You buy Mister and you spray it on there. So this is your wet side and your dry side, and it brings them up lovely. Let's do that. So we don't want real red on this, we want raspberry, not raspberry, what's it called? Rich raspberry. And that is in here. So I'm going to do exactly the same, but we're going to put it this way round. A stunning colour. If my pussycat suddenly jumps over, I'm sorry. He's prowling around like nobody's business. So you can put embellishments on there if you want to, but I didn't with my other one. Gorgeous colours, even though I do say so myself. And again, oh, let me show you the Ephemera Pack. I have taken it to pieces, but you get lots in this pack. It's absolutely gorgeous. You get cutouts. You don't get snowflakes, that's out of something else, but you get these flowers, and you also get little tags, and I'm after this tag. Beautiful tag, that. So let me just pop this one in. Make sure I've got it the right way up. And I'm just going to stamp that on there, like so. And that's all our stamping. It's so simple and easy, this. So we're going to have it this way up. We need our strip. Again, at 1 1/4. So you could do a thinner strip, you could do a thicker strip, it depends what you want to put on your strip. So exactly the same thing again. So we're going to, where's my tape? Oh, don't know where I put my tearing tape, but I shall use a Seal Plus. One on that side and one on that side. And again, I'm going to line it up. I'm just going to line it up on the grid paper, so I know I'm going straight. See, that's not straight, is it, Karen? Right. I think I've cut that a bit skew-withy, but we will cover it up. Don't you worry about that. So as you can see on the other one, I didn't put anything on. So we're going to have a look at what we want on here. So I'm actually going to have my season's greetings like that. What else have we got in here? We've got these gorgeous flowers. Like on this one I've used the gold, but because there's a lot of gold in the back, I'm actually going to use the whiter ones. These whiter ones. I'm going to do that like that. Let's see what else we've got. We've got these flowers as well. So it's just about placing them and deciding where you want them. We might have a little bit of a gold one on there. I'm not going to pop these up on dimensions. I'm just going to put some of this glue on the back. Just to put it on there as well. Put that one up like that. That one will go nicely across there. And then we're going to put that over there, but what I'm going to do a bit is get some twine. She says, not knowing where she's put the twine. It was on here. I bet you must love me coming on and not knowing where I've put anything. Ah, I moved it. So I'm going to have a look at what twine I've got. I've got some gold twine. I know it's more gold, but if I had Rich Razzleberry twine, I'd use that, and I haven't. So it just makes look like a little gift tag. Let's cut them off. And that is just going to go across there. Or should I do it like that? No, I like it skew with. Yes. And I'm not going to... yes, I'm going to pop it up on dimensionals. Make it look good. Oops. So if we do it like that, just check where you want your dimensionals. Because obviously you don't want it going off the page. Like that. And then all I'm thinking now is if we've got a little embellishment that can go on it at the top. Let's see what we've got. Put that on. These owls. Look at the size of them owls. Could put an owl on it. No, it's too big. No, I'm actually thinking I might cut this up and we'll have that on it. I know it's more gold, but this is a gold card. And I think that can go up on a dimension. Put a little bit of glue. Sorry, you can't see me. Just putting a little bit of glue on here so it will stick. And pop that on there like so. So that's my money wallets. I hope you've liked them. I've got another one to show you. Let's move all this stuff out of the way so you can see what's what. Ouch. So we've got two upright ones. And that's with the Beauties Ephemera Pack and the Blackberry Beauty paper. And I've also done this one. So I've put the big oak leaf on it. Put a bit of Winker Stella on there. I put a little bit of Winker Stella on there, and I will do that with these after. But I thought it's nice that they're different way round. Then I've got my two other ones. I can get hold of it. So we've got the Gingerbread DSP, the 6x6, Tidings and Trimmings, and Be Jolly. So I hope you've enjoyed that today, and please let me know which one's your favourite. And I will be back again soon. So thank you very much for joining me. Speak to you.